stupid. Oh no, there's no I'm stupid button.
There's no help either.
No, it's just support, create a header, and hope for the best. You ready to do some weather?
Let's talk about the weather.
All right. I don't have a plan or anything for this episode.
No, shit, neither do I. I feel like talking about the big storms is going to do it. So there's nothing on my screen.
Yeah, no, it's loading.
Okay. Are you going to do the intro? Oh.
There it is. Well, we're in the intro, baby. Welcome to WTFW. It's the only weather show that can actually change the weather. If we decide the weather that we see on the screen, we don't like it, we'll just change it later. Don't worry about it. My name is Nicky Flowers. I'm the host of the show. And on the other side of the computer is my guest. Welcome to my computer, Piper the rat.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to... In my head, I was like, Piper the rat, Wren, and you actually went the rat.
Yeah.
And if you can see there's the money where you can send me money because I'm very poor and have missed work due to being sick.
Send her the money. Even for some reason, even rats need money.
Oh my god, go look at my Twitter. Go see the beautiful baseball furry porn I drew.
It's pretty good. But hey, guess what? We're here to talk about more than just baseball related furry porn. That's on the table, don't worry, but we're also here to talk about the weather. You are calling from Victoria, British Columbia. Isn't that so fancy?
In Canada,
yes.
One of the worst
Victoria.
countries in North America.
One of the worst. There it is.
And
Victoria.
boy, have we had some weather lately.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about it? Because you mentioned something about flooding.
The most rain I've ever experienced in Canada.
So yeah, when was this?
Somewhere famous for its rain. So yeah, last Sunday, Monday, I believe.
Okay.
BC was hit by #BC storm. We don't really get fancy names for them here because they don't form hurricanes.
Yeah.
They just slam us. And
not even in the fun way.
Widespread flooding all over British Columbia.
As you can tell.
Victoria, which only has access to the rest of the island, so it's just the southern tip. The only access to the rest of the island by land is a single mountain highway that flooded.
Flooded on a mountain highway?
Yeah, and it's not like through the middle of a mountain. It's like on the side of a mountain. The water should just pour off. No. You know those concrete
that's the
barriers
worst.
That prevent cars from like going off the side of mountains?
Flying off the mountain. Yeah, no, I grew up in Colorado.
And you know they have holes and stuff in them, so water would go through them.
Didn't work.
So much water was coming down, it filled to the top of those. I saw pictures. Also, it did just snow on that mountain pass today too. It's still on single lane traffic only because half the road in areas are just gone.
Yeah.
Just slid away.
Just gone, just straight up.
That trend continues across every major highway in BC right now. Vancouver has no land routes to the rest of Canada.
Oh, so it's you have to cross water. Is that what you mean?
Because it's either flooded or landslid away.
Right.
Also the rail routes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I believe the majority of the city of Abbotsford is underwater and evacuated.
That's also in British Columbia.
Yeah, it's near Vancouver. Merritt and Hope, I believe, are both gone, more or less.
Just what do you mean? Just gone straight up?
Merritt is for sure. Yeah, just
flooded away.
Just underwater.
Oh my gosh.
Sumas Prairie, which is another community, which I saw a message from First Nations elders in that area saying like, yeah, when the settlers came and were like, oh yeah, let's drain a lake and build a village here. We were like, why would you ever do that? And hey, now it's a lake again. Yes, they shouldn't have done that.
Interesting. It's almost as if they should have listened.
Yeah, turns out
Weird.
water gathers in places where water gathers.
Yeah, it's much to think about
You
there.
shouldn't build things there.
Yeah, there was a lot of rainfall in the northwestern United States and British Columbia earlier this week. Yeah, earlier this Sunday, Monday, right? This previous we're recording
There was
Friday.
also a lot of wind and a lot of people lost power. I luckily did not.
Oh, hey, well there you go. That's good. Yeah, I'm reading up about it. Canadian officials have described the flooding as a once in 500-year event, also known as a 500-year flood. Just because it's every 500 years.
And this is likely to keep happening as the environment just goes in this direction, causing increased rainfall, which is just a symptom of climate change.
Well, I mean, luckily Canada is famously very good about curbing oil, stopping drilling and all that stuff. They're probably really good about that, right?
Yeah, so
Canada's probably real progressive about the climate, right? Please.
Yeah, so the RCMP, the federal police, who are the ones responsible for rescue efforts.
Oh, so they're probably the good guys, right, Piper? Please.
So they've mobilized at least 50, if not more, fully armed officers to the Wet'suwet'en First Nations bands to remove the elders from their own land on behalf of a fuel company so they can build a pipeline there. Rather than doing rescue efforts, they've decided to send in fully armed, let's be honest, soldiers to remove unarmed elders from their own land, which they do not have jurisdiction in.
Yeah, they just are straight up.
Yeah, doing war crimes essentially.
Just for fun.
Because honestly,
this is
a straight up declaration of war.
Yeah.
And against First Nations people.
And this ties into this. This is these are the
because
only people
they've
trying.
Done it when people have lost the ability to go up to help that community. Because all the land routes are down. No one can go up and support the Wet'suwet'en elders. And so they're just sending in the military to get rid of them instead.
Piper, that really just sucks. And
one more thing, they did also order media blackouts on that. That's why you're not seeing it in the major press.
Ooh, well, we're scooping it here in WTFW. Turns out everything still kind of sucks. Well, Piper, you promised not to get angry, but I can see why you obviously would get angry about that. That really sucks.
I can return to some of the local weather. During that rainfall, I actually needed to go get groceries.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a storm because I don't really look at the news. So I went downstairs.
Well, the thing about weather, Piper, is that it's pretty easy to just look at. You don't. I hate to say, you don't technically need my. You don't technically need my show. You kind of can just look out your window.
Yeah, but I like to have my curtains closed all the time because I hate daylight.
Oh, me too. It's just so bright. What gives? Who do you think you are?
I go downstairs. I open the door and go. Yeah, that rain is hitting the ground and bouncing up a foot. I have never seen it rain this hard in my entire life.
Raining so hard it's bouncing.
A literal foot off the ground. I went back upstairs, got my big coat, and went back out. It had slowed down slightly in the time it took me to get that coat. But
hey, that's big coat weather. Honestly, when the rain starts bouncing off the pavement, that's a big coat moment.
Yeah, my naval surplus wool coat.
Hashtag big coat moment. We're gonna get that started.
You ever see a street corner with like a foot deep of water?
Yeah. I live in the United States where the infrastructure is always crumbling. Yes.
Yeah, I had to walk through that. That was fun.
Yeah,
You know how manholes have those like tiny holes in them to stick the thing in so they can remove the manhole?
I'm always thinking about manholes. Yes.
Yeah. I saw water shooting out of those like a fountain.
That's kind of fun.
That was wild.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Then I did a little grocery shopping and went home.
Nice. So despite all the weather, you got your groceries.
Yeah. There's like 22 damaged seafaring vessels in the area. Oh, there's some great footage of a giant barge that came untied that just was like sailing towards a bridge in Vancouver,
Oh.
but it washed up along the shore of a public beach.
Oh, like
Just shipwrecked there.
everyone's good. It's all
Yeah.
fine there. That's fun. You like a ship disaster that kind of just ends.
It just beached itself
That's kind of fun, yeah.
along with various other vessels, like a kayak. I think there's a sailboat there.
Yeah.
Fun, yeah. Don't know about the other 22. There are like hundreds of thousands of people that need to be airlifted out of various parts of BC. That's fun. Yeah, so weather has occurred.
It's been quite a fucking weather week for you up there. Seems like, yeah, and of course, it's only going to get worse, as you said, flooded. Because the climate.
Oh boy! You know what's great?
Yeah.
Whatever climate authority declared that these individual events cannot be blamed. Global warming cannot be blamed for individual events.
Oh, which was it a Canadian thing? What?
I think it might be an international one.
Oh, was it the COP26 UN?
I think so.
Meeting thing.
Yeah, I think so. Where they're like, yeah, you can't blame individual events because these could just happen. It's like, yeah, but they're becoming more and more common.
Yeah,
as a byproduct of global warming.
Flooding can just happen, surely,
yeah,
but
sure.
historic.
This specific event was not caused by global warming.
Yeah,
but
historic
the
once in 500
in
year flooding doesn't happen, say, every year. It happens, I don't know, once every 500. The fact that these events are increasing, even though they're supposedly very rare and big, it's kind of, listen, everyone knows here at WTFW that climate change is real and it stinks. It smells awful. Have you ever smelled climate change? It reeks.
Yeah, we can do stuff about it, but the government won't.
I mean, that's the frustrating thing is like there are very obvious things to do, which I don't know that we could say what they are on YouTube without me getting my channel banned for
and us going to prison.
But there's certain people, say, for example, I don't know, I live near an oil refinery. I'm probably, if the more I live here, the more I'm definitely gonna get some sort of like super asthma.
Yeah.
Maybe if that oil refinery just didn't
exist
exist anymore, maybe that would be better for me and my community. Maybe that would be good.
People
if the oil
are saying these things. Nondescript, various people are saying these things.
One could imagine a group of people possibly stopping the oil refinery from refining the oil, and that's all I'll say. Do you see how frightened we are to talk about very obvious
I forgot to mention there's currently a fuel shortage on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
Likely because we are dependent on shipments of fuel coming from the mainland, which also comes to Vancouver from other parts of North America. And there's no more land routes.
Oh, right.
Which is just very funny to me.
You're stranded out there, yeah. I mean, it's funny.
Salt Spring Island is worse. That's one of the small surrounding islands. It's not only like out of fuel now, but it's just covered in sinkholes now. Entire houses just sinking into the swamps.
Yeah. I kind of figured sinkholes would be like more. You know how like sinkholes and like quicksand was in a lot of cartoons. You ever think as a kid that maybe you would grow up and they would be a more big deal? You'd think you'd encounter sinkholes more often.
Sinkholes is if you build stuff on swampy land and then it rains a lot.
Yeah.
You get sinkholes.
Sometimes they are a problem.
Rain coming up. Look at all this rain coming up.
Well, so I did look ahead. Yeah, so it's not a lot of rain. It's definitely some rain. You're gonna get some.
Rain will occur.
I don't think it's going to be more historic flooding. It doesn't seem like it.
I mean, the flooding has yet to recede, so it won't help.
Well, I guess the term is more historic flooding won't be added to the already present historic flood, right? Yeah.
I will send you some pictures that you can put into the beautiful radar.
Oh, please send me more work to do. Thank you so much, Piper the rat. Actually, please, I'm so sorry. That was very snotty.
If you want to see just highways gone, like sections of highway just gone.
Yeah, send relevant pictures after we were recording, and I'll throw it in for the radar. The other thing I want to show you, I also got some pictures. This is the only weather show that tells you about weather that's already happened. We don't really care about weather that is going to happen.
We should do this live sometime.
Actually, well, maybe now that you mention that, I do have plans for live WTFW.
Ooh. Yes, please.
Right, and then they'll be uploaded like after the fact. So like maybe you'll do like a little bit more of a.
I can just open my window. I just remove my curtains right here and just stare out the window.
Just stream your phone, yeah.
God, it would be so great if I had gotten that lighthouse keeper job, but I missed the intake. Because the main thing with the Canada, by the way, still operates lighthouses. One of the only countries to do so.
Well, I feel like I think America
the main thing you do is weather reports.
Yeah, they're important for that. They're really important for on the shore.
Yeah, except most countries automated that.
Yeah,
we didn't.
But here's cool. So here's what I was gonna say. So
great for this show.
There are
a lighthouse.
You will get into a lighthouse eventually, but after my segment, I'll get you in. But just like let me do my segment, and then we'll get you into a lighthouse. Promise.
Okay.
It's gonna be just like the movie. It's gonna be crazy.
I hear there's cum dripping off the ceiling.
Exactly. So there are plans to do a live WTFW plural possibly in the future, so stay tuned for that. The other thing I wanted to show you was you might have seen this yesterday, Thursday, November 18th into the early hours of November 19th, 2021. There was a partial lunar eclipse. It was pretty nifty, if you ask me. And because I don't have a good telescope or a binoculars or a stethoscope, I couldn't get a good picture of the partial lunar eclipse. So what you're seeing now, viewing on your screen for your viewing pleasure.
Wow,
Piper, Piper, I'll send it to you afterwards. But pretend you see it because this will be on post.
Nicky, you weren't supposed to say that. I can't see it.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. Nothing is real. So these are the best pictures I got, but this is the first, speaking of like once in 500 a year events, this is like the first longest of its kind lunar eclipse that we've had in like about 500 years. I doubt this has anything to do with climate change. I think this is just regular moon stuff. But yeah, it was pretty neat. Hopefully you saw it, and if you didn't, well, like I said, this isn't a weather show that tells you about weather that's going to happen. We can't do that. That's not how science works.
The only past tense weather show.
Yeah, I don't know if you've known this, but we can't, quote, predict the weather, end quote. That's an insane thing to think.
No one can. Meteorologists are liars if they say they can.
What's the difference between meteorology and astrology? You need more education to be an astrologer.
I don't think that's true.
No, that's just a bad joke that I invented. But okay. I respect the shit out of meteorologists. Please.
It seems like a hard job because you're never going to be right enough that anyone will appreciate it.
And you're always on the computer, and you got to look at fucking weather every day. I can't even do this show even twice every 2 weeks. I can't even do that.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
On the subject of moons, because moons are related to weather, you hear about how Earth got a second moon?
What's that now?
Earth's got a second moon.
How's that, bud?
It's 50 meters wide.
That doesn't seem... That's Canadian measurements, but that doesn't seem wide.
It's very small.
Earth's?
A meter stick is about the same size as a yardstick, I think.
Earth's second moon. Okay, so it's a little guy.
Yeah, and it's like kind of gets fucked up by the sun's gravity a lot because it's kind of far out there, I think.
Oh, he's a funny little guy.
Yeah, but it's also really hard to see because the matter it's made up of.
Okay, what's it made out of? Not moon?
It's not made out of cheese? Weird rock that isn't what asteroids usually are, so they think it's part of what the moon was. Like, they think it's a moon fragment from like when the moon was formed.
Okay. All right, I'm down with that.
Because it kind of matches with some moon rocks that were analyzed.
It seems like it's like a little mini guy, a little funny little guy who's going to be in orbit for like, what, 300 years or something?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. I don't know if that's going to affect the weather any.
You never know.
Like the actual moon does. Like, I don't think it's going to affect the tides.
You know what will affect the weather?
What?
All those satellites that might fall from the sky because of the anti-satellite weapons and Kessler syndrome.
I don't think we're going to get Kessler syndrome quite yet. I think.
Oh, did you not hear about the weapons?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I know it's I know, like, Russians shot down a missile, like literally the thing that happens in the movie Gravity. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh God, the thing from the movie Gravity is happening.
Fast-moving microplastic does a lot of damage, though.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I just...
Well, what I actually worry about is like corporate satellites causing it.
I don't think we're going to get one of the cool disasters to kill us. I think we're going to get one of the lame disasters.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Kessler syndrome, that's a really metal name for a disaster. And like, space debris raining down and causing, planetary havoc. That's like cool. That's like a pretty cool, of all the disasters, that's cool. I don't think it's going to be that fun. I think we're going to have like one of the sad and boring disasters.
You mean like capitalism just slowly grinding us to dust?
Yeah. Or this episode getting any longer than it's already has been.
Malahat, right on the screen there. That's the mountain pass that is currently single lane traffic.
Oh, okay. That's the one that got flooded.
Malahat, baby.
Honk honk on the Malahat.
Hate the Malahat, baby.
Beep beep. Beep beep, we're stuck on the Malahat.
Also, there's a rainforest on it.
On the highway?
No, on the mountain.
Doesn't it get in the way? Am I right? Because that would be inconvenient if it was in the middle of the highway. Yeah. Okay, well, Piper, thank you for filling us in on all of the
weather that has occurred.
Yeah, the insane weather that's occurred in the BC.
Yep.
Up in that British
also some
Columbia.
Moon facts.
Got some moon facts in there. We got some weather stuff. We got your Ko-fi right there. Go pay the rat.
I have a subscription option. You can, for $15 a month, you can get a monthly Garfield drawing. Original, just for you.
Folks, you can't beat that.
It's Garfield.
You know what I call that? In the business we call that a good fucking deal. That's what I call that.
Yeah, baby. Better than an NFT.
Yeah, oh my God. Don't even say that. Oh, get that. Oh, all right.
Friday Harbor extended forecast.
We're looking at some rain, but not enough to add to the historic flooding. But also, it's not going to help. But anyway, if you're in BC, take care. The rain will stop eventually. If you're not in BC, also take care. I'm not discriminating. And I guess that's it for WTFW. We'll be back the next time that I want to do another episode. So I don't know, whenever.
Yeah.